Okay, so I think I'm live. So I'm here. I'm here today to talk about a rant. And this rant is going to be about being a stay-at-home mom. And I've been a stay-at-home mom. I'm putting quotations here. I'll talk about that why in a second. For 10 years. Izzy is going to be 10 coming up very, very soon. And so it's almost been 10 years since I've been home. And the thing about for me, being a stay-at-home mom is there's a lot of what's the word gonna be? Judgment. We've talked about this before. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you know that we have talked before about how you never talk about religion or politics or being a stay-at-home parent because you're either offending the stay-at-home parent or you're offending the working parent. But I get a ton of comments about this and I get so many questions about this. So I wanted to go live and talk to you guys. I'm in that ranting mood. Oh, I don't know if you've ever watched Malatos 79, but she ranted a lot, and now I'm in a ranting mood. So, because I had a comment today that sort of touched home, and that comment was, I wish I could afford to be a stay-at-home mom like you, how you're so spoiled. And those type of comments really, really bother me, and here's why. I've always, since day one, never not worked full-time from home while being a stay-at-home parent. The only way we could have afforded for me in the beginning to stay home is if I continued to earn a full-time income. So I started a home daycare, but before I even started a home daycare, while I was pregnant, I knew I wanted to stay home. I tried everything. Let's go through some of the list if I can remember them all. I tried being a clown at children's birthday parties. I actually legit was going to start a business being a clown. I wish I was lying, but I'm not. At children's birthday parties, I can make balloon animals and paint faces, and I was like practicing juggling. I had a costume. It's a thing, you guys. It's super embarrassing, but that obviously did not pan out. Apparently, there's no money in clowns at birthday parties, and I wasn't very good, so that didn't pan out. And then I was making jewelry, and I had an Etsy shop, and I was making homemade jewelry, kind of like this. I like making homemade jewelry and earrings, and I was selling them on my Etsy shop. Again, it wasn't a really profitable thing. I wasn't going to be able to replace my full-time income. I made hair bows and tutus. I really got into that. I was selling hair bows and tutus for a while. I was going to trade shows. I was always like doing that crazy stuff. Again, while it was great, it wasn't enough to replace my full-time income. You're getting a trend here, right? I legit tried everything. Oh, I painted. Don't forget, I was like, I'm not a good artist. I tried that. I just, oh gosh, it's endless. My poor husband. Every single month I had like another scheme that was going to allow me to earn a full-time income to be able to stay home with my kids. And when everything else, literally everything else failed, I started doing home daycare. So I just put an ad in the paper, I handed out flyers, and like the next day, basically, I had a bajillion kids that I was watching in my home. Probably wasn't a code, probably not really going by the rules, but that's what I was doing. And so I was able to stay home with my kids, and I continued doing that until I was pregnant with Milo. And at this point, I was already blogging, and I was starting to see an income from blogging. I never thought that would happen ever. I was just blogging for fun. But I started to see an income. So then I started organizing clients' homes for money. I teach at the college, and I earn money from my blog and my YouTube channel. Not a lot. It's surprising how little, believe it or not. People are like, you have 100,000 subscribers. You must have so much money. No, it's totally not at all. It's very, 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 very small amount that you make. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, my point to all of this is when people say to me how lucky I am to be able to afford to be a stay-at-home parent, like the anger boils inside of me. So people say to me, oh, I just interrupted myself there. So that's really it. That's, now I can see the comments. I finally got to see the comments. So that's what I wanted to rant to you guys about today. It is about, never judge. Never judge, because you don't know if that stay-at-home mom is sitting home like Peg Bundy eating bonbons and watching soap operas all day, or if she's honestly watching her kids all day and then busting her butt doing a full-time job after they go to bed, which is what I do now. I I work after my kids go to bed, and I usually work till, 1 or 2 in the morning, and I try to steal time during the day while, they're doing this and there. But I'm also being a full-time parent. So yeah, just never, never, never judge. And because you don't know what they're doing. And if you are a stay-at-home mom and you're thinking, that you're struggling financially, I want to tell you that there are literally a million ways that you can earn money from home, and that you can still do both. You can still be a stay-at-home parent and a working parent. I'm not gonna lie, it's more work, that's for sure, but I really think for me it's worth it. More than anything, I wanted to be home with my kids and not put them in daycare. And I'm finally at the end, you guys. Milo's going to school full-time in September, and I can't call myself a stay-at-home parent. I know, because they're all in school full-time. So I'm not sure. Am I a homemaker? I'm not sure what I am. I'm a work-from-home person? Is that a thing? I don't know. I think that's a thing. I'm gonna go with that. I need a title. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick rant, and I'm excited to be live. And I see a lot of people. Hello. Yeah, you know what? My mom twin said that the price of daycare is high, and that's the truth. Even if I wanted to go back to work, I don't know how I could have afforded it, honestly. The daycare costs are so high. By the time I didn't have a really stellar job to begin with. I worked in not-for-profit. I mean, I loved it. It was amazing, but I didn't earn a lot. So by the time I put my kids in daycare, I wouldn't have really been able to earn a lot. Yes, you know what, Emily? Being a stay-at-home parent is a full-time job in itself. I agree with you. If only I could convince my husband of that. He also doesn't do housework. I love him. He's amazing. But he doesn't do housework, He has high expectations of me, very high expectations of me. And his mom was like just nuts. She did everything, and like just everything for everyone in the household. So he doesn't know any better. That's the excuse I'm sticking with. But anyways, so she had big shoes to fill. And I think his unrealistic expectations of me kind of made me a better person, as crazy as that sounds. Like, I had to work harder to sort of try to live up to this thing that come on, it could never really happen. I could never, earn $100,000 a year while watching 3 kids, while also keeping the house perfectly clean. That's not reality, but I was able to get closer than I ever would have been had I not tried to attain to that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have this big outrageous goal, sometimes it's easier to get close. So anyways, that's my giant rant. So you guys, yeah, somebody said, Natalie said her household income went up when she quit her job. And that's the other thing, as a stay-at-home parent, I should have said. We ended up way ahead, because I made a ton of sacrifices. We canceled cable. We still do not have cable, you guys, to this day. Somebody asked us once if we were Mormon. We're not Mormon, we just don't watch television. I know that's crazy. So we don't have cable. I do watch Netflix. I can't lie, I watch Netflix. But we don't have cable. We were one vehicle family for 7 years. I walked everywhere, which is probably why I was skinnier. And I dragged all my daycare kids. I used to tie 3 wagons together. Okay, I called it my ghetto train. I mean, that might offend some people, but I called it my ghetto train. I used to tie wagons together and pull all the kids behind me while pushing a double baby stroller, like all over town, to get groceries at the grocery store with my 9 daycare children. It was just, insane. Anyway, but I did what I had to do, and we actually were further ahead because I was saving on daycare costs, I was getting my income from working from home, and I had cut a lot of corners. And saved money here and there. And still, now we're in a place where I don't really even have to do any of that little stuff to save money, but we're still doing it. We're just so used to it. So we're able to really save a ton of money every year. So it worked out in the end. It all worked out. Who needs cable? I know, who needs cable, right? You guys can watch YouTube. I watch YouTube, mostly Netflix though. I have a little slight addiction to Netflix. But anyways, yeah, somebody said, most times in Ontario, working full-time just pays for daycare, and that is 100% the truth. So, oh, Annie Simple Life is here. Hello, I love you. Oh, is Kimmy here too? Hi. Hi, Kimmy. Anyways, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and maybe inspire you stay-at-home moms to perhaps find something you love doing anyway that you can earn a little bit of money working from home. Even if you don't, that's great too. But if you were struggling financially, it is more than doable. You guys can email me at any time. I have literally so many different options that I've tried to earn money from home, and I'd love to share those with you, maybe to give you some inspiration. And if you're a working mom, you're crazy, and I give you so much credit. You're amazing. I'm not worthy. But if you work outside of the home, don't judge us stay-at-home moms, because you never know. We could, you know, be pulling an all-nighter after our kids are in bed just to make ends meet. So anyways, that's all. I wanted to say hi. Afford to be a stay-at-home mom. Anyways, I'm reading all your comments, so I'm just like zoning out while I read all your Singapore. Hello from Singapore. I love it. Yeah, so many of you actually do daycare, which I love to see so many other parents doing daycare. The best thing about doing daycare as a stay-at-home parent is that your kids are friends all day. And I'm going to tell you right now that having more kids is easier, believe it or not. Just having your own, 3 kids, they get bored of each other. It's not nearly as fun to play with. If you've got like 6 kids or more together, they're going to entertain themselves so much more on their own. It just really makes life easier to have that many. So anyways, thank you guys all. Do I miss daycare? Oh, Kimmy, do I miss daycare? I do. Part of me really misses daycare. But I couldn't do both. It got to a point with my blog and my YouTube channel that I had to make a choice. I was either going to, it's a lot of work. Kimmy, you guys know if you blog, it's a lot of work, not just putting up a video, but responding to comments and emails and, updating social media and doing all this stuff. It's like, it's a full-time job in itself, and it doesn't seem like it is, but it really, really is. So I had to make the choice, and I certainly liked doing this much more than I liked wiping noses and changing poopy diapers all day. As great as it was, it's not as great as this. I feel so lucky. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and maybe next time won't be such a crazy rant, but I will do another live video soon. Tomorrow morning I am drawing for the Keurig, so if you haven't already, you have to make a comment on that Keurig video. I'll put the link below when I'm done doing this. Make sure that you, make a comment if you haven't already, because tomorrow we're randomly drawing the name with some app that randomly picks one of you off of your comments, and we'll be announcing that maybe on another live update. So anyways, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Now I have to figure out how to shut this off. I'm not very good at technology. Oh, I see the button. See you.